The terror of a violent thunderstorm hangs over the great house of Collinwood. But in a rooming house on the outskirts of Collinsport, a greater terror waits for a young man and woman. A terror that is only a moment away.
So go on back to Collinwood.
No, I want to go with you.
No! Now give up on me. Go on, get out.
Jeff? What is it?
I told you to get out. No.
She dead?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Well, you better sit down.
Who is she?
Her name's Eve.
Is she that woman that you told me about this afternoon?
That's right.
Jeff. You didn't.
Didn't what? Kill her? Of course I didn't.
What's she doing here?
I don't know.
Who did kill her?
Vicky, I don't know anything more about this than you do. But someone wants it to look like I did it.
We've got to call the police.
Police?
Yes, it's the only thing we can do.
Oh, I need more time to think.
About what?
Who did it and why?
It's for the police to decide.
Vicky, the police are gonna think I did it.
But you didn't.
Yeah, you and I know that. But she's here. She's here in my room, and how are we gonna convince anybody else? They're gonna ask me if I knew her, and I'm gonna have to tell them yes. I'm gonna have to tell them that she's the reason that I broke off our engagement. And that's gonna lead to more questions I'm not gonna be able to answer. Vicky, they're gonna think I'm guilty. Guilty or insane.
Jeff, listen to me. It may look bad for you, but you've got to go through with it. The worst thing that you can do is wait, because it'll only increase their suspicions. Please, call the police.
All right. But I want you to go back to Collinwood, okay?
Why?
Because I don't want you involved.
Jeff, it's too late for that. I'm already involved, and I'm going to see you through with this.
Operator, I want the police.
I shouldn't have killed her. I have no one now. I'm all alone. There's no one to help me. I can't go back to Nicholas. When he finds out Eve is dead, he'll never help me. What am I going to do? You! What are you doing out here?
Don't be frightened, Adam. I want to help you.
I don't need your help.
I know what happened. I know that Eve is dead. And I know that you killed her.
Stay away from me. I don't want any help. I don't need help from anyone.
Yes, you do. You're frightened and desperate. I'm the only one who can help you, Adam. I think you were right to kill Eve. She was an evil woman.
Yes.
Do you know why she was so? Because Nicholas wanted her to be.
I don't believe that.
Nicholas knew all along that she was seeing Jeff. Secretly.
No, that isn't true. Nicholas was my friend. He did everything for me.
Yes, he even gave you the mate who deceived you. He was the one who brought the life force for the experiment. A woman, Danielle Rocher.
That wasn't her name. It was Leona.
It was Danielle Rocher. She was a treacherous woman who lived in the 18th century. And Nicholas brought her spirit back from the grave because she was perfect for his plans for you.
No.
Nicholas never considered you his friend, Adam. He used you, as he uses everyone. You were his prisoner. You still refuse to believe me?
I don't know.
If you let Nicholas go on using you, you'll be nothing but a slave.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because neither of us can escape Nicholas, ever, unless we work together. You've got to help me. I plan to dispose of Nicholas tonight, but I need a little help from you.
What do you want from me?
When Nicholas finds out that Eve is dead, he'll think that Jeff Clark killed her, which is exactly what I want him to think. Because it will fit in so well with my plans. What I want you to do is go back to the house as though nothing had happened. And when Nicholas tells you that Eve is dead, then you must pretend to be shocked, stricken with grief, and do anything he wants you to do.
What will you do in the meantime?
I'll be making the preparations for Nicholas's departure. Will you do as I ask, Adam?
I don't know. I need time to think about what you said.
We have very little time. You better come to some decision soon.
Hi. Can I get you anything?
No, thanks.
Would you like to rest now?
Yeah, I guess I would. Who is it? No. No. You're dead. You're dead. Tom Jennings.
Joe, don't you recognize
I said
me?
stay away from me. You're dead. I saw you.
I'm not Tom, I'm Chris. Chris Jennings.
Chris.
Yes!
Mr. Haskell, what's wrong?
There's nothing wrong, nurse. Everything's all right.
Did you frighten him?
Well, when I first came in, I think he thought I was somebody else. You realize now you made a mistake, don't you, Joe?
Yeah, I guess I did. It's okay, nurse.
I'm sorry I scared you, Joe. I guess I should have sent word in that I was here.
Yeah, you should have.
Well, why are you in the hospital? I couldn't get anything out of the doctors.
No, I guess they can't figure out what's wrong with you.
Huh? Hope it's nothing serious.
I don't think so. When'd you get into town?
Early this evening.
It's too bad you couldn't have gotten here when Tom died.
Yeah. Sorry you couldn't find me. You know me, I'm never in one place very long. Joe, I want you to tell me how Tom died. I mean, what killed him?
That's still a mystery.
Were you with him when he died?
Yes?
Didn't he tell you anything?
No, he couldn't. He couldn't tell anybody anything. He wasn't conscious most of the time. When he was able to talk, he didn't make any sense.
What about that wound on his neck?
What about it?
Sheriff told me it resembled the bite of an animal.
Oh, yeah, well, I guess it did.
Joe, there are no animals in this area that attack humans. Now, what do you think caused that wound?
I don't have any idea. I told you it was still a mystery to everybody.
Mystery. Do you think Tom was murdered?
Murdered?
Joe, come on. Hasn't anybody considered that possibility?
No, the police didn't find any evidence of murder.
That may be so, but I think Tom died under rather unusual circumstances, to say the least. I intend to satisfy my curiosity about it.
Look, Chris, don't you think it's a little bit late to be doing that?
Never too late to make inquiries.
Who are you planning to talk to?
I already saw the sheriff. He gave me a list of names, people to see, friends of Tom's, people he used to work for, even doctors at the hospital. Jeff Clark, John Moody, Seth Parker, Nicholas Blair.
Chris,
Yeah, what?
have you seen your sister?
No. I haven't seen her yet. How is she?
Well, Molly kind of fell to pieces when Tom died. She needed you then.
Where is she now?
She's in a hospital not very far from here, a place called Windcliff.
Windcliff? Who sent her there?
Dr. Hoffman had her taken there for treatment.
What kind of treatment?
Well, losing the only person in the world that cared anything about her was a little bit too much for her. She's been in a state of shock ever since.
I didn't know. I just didn't know.
Hello, Joe. How do you feel?
Hello?
Tom, no!
It's all right, Doctor. It's not Tom. It's his brother.
His brother.
I'm sorry to startle you, Doctor. I'm Christopher Jennings.
How do you do? I'm Julia Hoffman.
Oh, Dr. Hoffman, you're one of the people I want to talk to. Do you have a few minutes?
Oh, no, I have to get back to Collinwood.
Well, I have a car outside. Suppose I drop you off. We can talk on the way.
All right. Would you mind waiting outside for a moment?
No, all right. Want to talk to you later, Joe. Maybe after you had a little more rest.
I think I'll be okay in a couple of days.
Why didn't you tell me that Tom Jennings had a brother?
I didn't figure he'd come here.
Of course he would. It's understandable. He must be very upset that no one notified him when his brother died.
I did notify him. I tried to, at least. He's not an easy man to locate.
What?
He's moving around, never stays in one place.
Well, why?
It's a strange story. We went through high school together. He was always a very bright guy. He went on to college, study architecture. Then something happened to him.
What?
Nobody knows what. Whatever it was, it seemed to change his whole personality. Dropped out of school, alienated all of his friends, and he'd start going off to the mountains for weeks at a time. Finally, he just disappeared from Collinsport altogether. Didn't even come back a few years ago when his parents died.
Oh, that is odd.
Well, he sent a letter to Tom saying that he hadn't gotten the news about it until after the funeral.
What's he doing here now?
He said he came to investigate Tom's death. I think it might be a good idea if you had a talk with him, Julia. Get him to leave town.
Well, thanks for the ride, Mr. Jennings. Good night.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple more questions?
No.
It'll only take a minute.
All right. Come in.
How well did you know my brother?
Oh, not well at all.
You must have known him more than casually, or you wouldn't have had the reaction you did when you saw me.
Oh, I only examined him at the hospital.
Doctor, you told me you weren't on the staff of the hospital.
I'm not. I'm a research doctor. I had heard about his unusual wound, and I asked permission and was allowed to examine it.
What can you tell me about that wound?
I don't know more than any of the other doctors.
I haven't talked to any of the other doctors.
Oh, well, I wasn't involved in any of the clinical tests, but it was obvious that he appeared to be bitten by an animal.
What kind of animal?
I don't know.
I see.
May I ask you a few questions, Mr. Jennings?
About what?
Well, Joe tells me that you've come here to investigate Tom Jennings' death,
Yes.
but it's over 2 months since he died.
I'm not always easy to reach.
What I meant was that I assumed that you came here for a different reason.
My sister, Molly.
Yes.
I understand she took Tom's death pretty hard.
Yes.
I plan to go see her in the next few days. Joe says she's in some hospital somewhere.
Yes, at Wincliffe. It's my hospital. I took her there after Joe told me what happened to her. She's doing very well and being given very good treatment at Wincliffe, but it would be very good if she had someone close to turn to.
Meaning me?
Yes, you're a brother.
Yes, I'm her brother, but the kind of life I lead, it's all wrong for her, that's all.
What kind of life do you lead, Mr. Jennings?
I'm always on the go. I move around a lot.
Well, are you a salesman?
Let's just say I make a living the best way I can.
And you mean you don't have any responsibilities and you don't want to have any responsibilities, is that it?
I'll go see my sister first thing in the morning. I'll talk to you later. Good night, Doctor.
Vicky.
Julia, you see Roger?
No, I just came in. I suppose he's asleep.
I've been calling him, but he must have turned his telephone off. I'd better wake him.
What's the matter, Vicky?
It's Jeff. He's in jail. Someone has to post bail for him.
In jail?
Yes, a woman was murdered, and we found her in his room. I know he didn't do it, but the police won't believe that.
Well, did he know who the woman was?
He said he'd met her a couple of times. Her name was Eve, but he didn't even know her last name.
Eve.
Do you know her?
No, of course not. Is there anything I can do, Vicky?
Julia, I wish there were. I just have to find some way of getting him out of jail.
Well, I'm sure. Go and find Roger. I'm sure he can help you.
All right.
If I succeed tonight, Nicholas will be returned to darkness. And perhaps the Master will lift this curse of night from me. Prince of Fire, I call upon the flame to summon you. I call on all the dark creatures of nature to summon you here to me. Prince of Fire, rise. Hear me as I call to you. Rise from the curling flames. I summon you in the name of the seven plagues, in the name of the charred and blackened stars that reigned at my beginnings, to rise out of the darkness of the earth. As I call you forth from the mouth of the dragon, and of the beast, and of the false prophet, I call you forth from the subterranean rivers of blood, from the smoke of torment which rises forever and ever. In the name of every evil spirit, it's evil and obedient only to you, I evoke you. Appear to me now. Now. No! No, don't destroy me! I must reach you! No! You can't destroy me!